Welcome to Tuesday morning yoga. I almost skipped because I was ready to get out of town. So there is a hurricane coming. I already was not going to teach on Thursday, but I'm definitely not teaching on Thursday now. And hopefully I will be teaching next week, but who knows what's going to happen. If you follow the news, it makes it sound like the end of the world is about to happen. For those who are concerned or who are watching this, after this class, I'm going to bake a loaf of bread, do a few last things to tighten up the hatches here, and I'm leaving because our son's getting married Friday, and I need to make sure I am well out of this. So I'm driving away so that I can make sure I'm at the wedding and not get stuck down here. With all that being said, you're here to do yoga, so let's get started. So, you made it to your yoga mat. Whether you are on here live with me or on a recording, let's start as we always do by coming into this moment. Taking the time to let your eyes close or softly focus. Come into a comfortable seated position. And beginning to notice what's alive for you right now. Maybe you notice a busy brain, a heightened sense of emotions. Maybe you have an ache or a pain. Begin by noticing what is present in the now. And then let's consciously slow our breathing. Slowly increasing the length of the inhale and matching it with an equally long exhale. Noticing where these deep breaths move your body. Maybe it's the collarbones, the ribs under your arms. And you breathe all the way into your belly. These deep breaths signal our body to relax. Signal our body that all is well. It is in this relaxed state where healing occurs. We may sense some spaciousness and openness. Our thoughts slow. Maybe we can even come into a sense of peace and calm. One breath after another. Coming back again and again to this breath in this moment. And then, as we always do, let's start our practice with those 3 breaths. We inhale in community and exhale as if we're blowing out some candles. Again, we inhale and exhale. One more time like this. And with that next breath, we open our eyes and reach our arms to the sky as we reach up and stretch. Sensing an let's wiggle our fingers. And then let the hands touch in prayer. Interlace the fingers and turn the hands inside out as we press our hands up to the sky. And then release and let those hands come down. Now I'm going to combine this practice with the unexpected and calm. Much like hurricane preparation is, and hurricanes themselves. We inhale both hands up and exhale hands down. Roll over your knees and come to all fours. So in this spot, let us begin with some spinal undulation as we move from the top of our head, engaging the neck, the shoulders, the shoulder blades, the whole length of the spine, all the way to wagging the tail. Waking up. And then let us inhale, looking up, dropping belly, lifting the tail, and exhale, rounding the back. Simple cats and cows. Sniffing and exhaling completely, pulling that belly up toward the spine. And one more time like this. Next time when you look up, tuck your toes. And next time when you roll back, reach those hips up and bring your belly toward your thighs. Tailbone up. Up on the balls of the feet, and then pedaling one heel down and the other, waking up the back of the legs. Find yourself into downward dog. Belly pulls to spine, head drops between upper arms, opening, creating some space. From here, let's shift into plank and back to downward dog. The inhale will be on plank, the exhale to downward dog. The last one. And next time, look up between your thumbs and walk your feet all the way up to that space. Bend the knees again, belly to thighs. Drop the head. And this time, hook your big toes with your two peace fingers. And we're going to inhale halfway. Stretch out, lift through the crown, reach that tailbone back. And exhale, elbows out, flare and drop the head, bend the knees. So the flare is the elbows flare out. So it looks like that. Inhale halfway. Exhale, flare. A little tug there, but keep the knees a little bent so that we protect that lower back. And you can alternate back and forth between these two poses, or if it feels better, just stay in the forward fold. And then we're going to release those toes and come all the way up, standing, hands above the head, and exhale, hands through prayer, drop to the side, mountain pose. Now we're going to go ahead and move into some sun salutations. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk or step back and lower down. Come to belly to the earth and come into crow, or maybe you're ready to come all the way up into up dog. And then down dog. So far part, we're doing what's expected. Sun salutations. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walker step to that spot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the earth. Walker step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time so we get 3 sun salutations in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, walk step or jump to that spot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose. Last one like this. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mark. Walker step, lower down. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Pausing here for 3 breaths before we go into sun salutation B. Here's where we're gonna mix it up and do a few add-ons. So let's inhale, right foot to the sky. Exhale, right knee to the nose. Inhale, right foot to the sky, but bend that right knee, and we're gonna flip it for wild thing. Hand reaches up and back over the head, and then bring right elbow to right knee, lowering the hips, and then lift again. 2 more times like that. Lower, elbow to knee, and up. Lower, elbow to knee, and up. And then flip it back to 3-legged dog. Tickle the sky with your toes, and then bring that right foot up. High lunge. Here we are in high lunge. Settle into high lunge. Get yourself situated. Fingertips are reaching up, and then let's twist it. Right hand back, left hand forward, and find where it feels right for you. Arms spread wide. Then we're going to drop that right hand and reach the left hand up and over. Pretty big twist. Unexpected. Back to the twisting high lunge. And then cartwheel those hands. Step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left side, we inhale, left foot to the sky. Left knee to the nose. Left foot to the sky. Bend the left knee. Drop it back and flip it. Wild thing, left hand comes up and over the head. Lower the hips, left elbow, left knee. Reach it up. Left elbow, left knee. Lower the hips. Reach it up. And one more. And flip it back. And meet me in 3-legged dog. From 3-legged dog, bring that foot up, place it between the hands, and come on up for high lunge. From high lunge, we're going to find that twist and hold it for a few breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Then drop the left hand, find the thigh or your hip, and reach the right hand up and over. Find the twist for 1, 2, and 3. Back to the twist. Back to regular high lunge. And back to hands down. Step back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. From here, inhale, look up. Exhale, walk, step, or jump to that spot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Lower the hips all the way and come up to chair. For 5. Belly to spine. 3. I skipped 4. So we'll go to 2 and 1. Back to forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the earth. Walk or step back. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's do that whole thing one more time. Right foot to the sky, right knee to the nose. Right foot to the sky, flip that, rock the right foot back, wild thing. Hip down, elbow to knee. For 1, for 2, and 3. Flip it back, 3-legged dog. Foot to the top of the mat. High lunge. Find the twist. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hand. Left hand's over. 5, 4, or on the hip, you decide. 3, 2, 1. Back to the twist. Back to both hands up. And drop the hands. Step back. Lower down. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Back to downward dog. So this is the unexpected, sometimes difficult, but life can throw your way. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Left knee to the nose. Left foot to the sky. Bend that knee, flip it over, wild thing. Hips down, elbow to knee. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Flip it back. Find your 3-legged dog. Left foot top of the mat, high lunge. Find the twist. For 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Drop the left hand or bring it to the hip and bring the right hand up and over. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wide arms, back to high lunge, hands down, step back, lower down, inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. We're going to go on to a new pattern. Notice here in down dog if it feels a little deeper, a little more comfortable than the first time. As we open up, as we get the blood flowing and our muscles are warm. Look up between your thumbs and walk, step or jump to that spot. Inhale halfway, exhale forward fold, bend the knees, lower the hips, and meet me in chair. For 5, for 4, go a little deeper, for 3, for 2, and 1, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands to the earth. Walk your step back. Find yourself to plank. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. So, moving on. Reach that right foot to the sky. And then bring that right foot to the top of the mat. Except this time, 2 things. Turn the left heel down and straighten the right leg. So we're going to reach our chest, our chin's reaching toward the shin, really feeling this stretch. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Now the next one you might want to block, so if you have one, go ahead and grab it, because what we're going to do is we're leaving the left hand on the earth, on your ankle or on that block, and we're reaching the right hand to the sky. The key part here, many key parts, but one is to keep these hips stable, and then find the twist in the spine, right? So that's why you'll decide which block to use, because you want to spread those arms wide. Look up at that thumb. Twisting triangle. Again, not the easiest pose, but you can do it. foot and drop your right hand. Place your hands down, and we're going to step forward into forward fold. Actually, nope. Let's lift that left foot. Sorry, changed it. And come on up for warrior three, hands on hip. For warrior three, you can play with touching toe down and up, and down and up, and down and up, and then drop the hands again, reach the left foot up, and then bring the left foot next to the right for forward fold. Well done. Now grab those toes again, flare the arms, find the forward fold, and then lift the head again. Where we're going next is we're going to put our weight into the left foot, take the left hand and put it on the left hip, keep holding onto your right toe, shifting your weight, see if you can lift that right foot an inch, maybe more, as you come up and kick out the right heel. For standing, you can have this knee very bent, you can touch a wall or a chair, you can reach your chin toward that shin. Doing the hard things. 2 more breaths. Then lift the head, release the foot, but keep that foot out there. Hands on hips for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Go ahead and reach that right foot back through. And then we're going to drop the right hand. Find that, well actually let's drop both hands again. But now we're going to put the block in the right hand and find a twisting half moon. I think this is a super hard pose for 5. If you touch down, lift back up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back. Right foot next to left. Lower the hips. And come back to chair. This time bring our hands to our heart and find, actually let's twist. Twist to the left. I have a plan. Sit here and twist it. Chair for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to reach this right foot up like a flamingo and step it back. Finding yourself in twisted high lunge. I am all over the place, so maybe you are too. Do your best. That's all any of us can do. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and turn back. Place your hands down, and here's your break, folks. Walk this left foot toward your right wrist. Drop the left knee. Bring the right leg to the earth. You have that block nearby. You can tuck it under your left hip, or maybe a bolster or a rolled up towel, because we're going to rest here in pigeon. A little yin in the middle of the heart. So go ahead, getting your most comfortable pigeon, and then see how deep you can go. Maybe you have a bolster here in front of your chest or a pillow. You can use your hands as props as you lower yourself down. And we're going to hold this for a minute. The contrast of unexpected and challenging to stillness and yet still challenging. As that left hip opens. We're going to keep staying here, keep breathing, sinking deeper. If it gets to be too much, you can readjust. Lift yourself a little higher maybe. Noticing what is. Noticing the breath, the sensation, what your mind wants to do. The habits of the mind. Learning to be curious. Let's do 5 more breaths here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly come back up. We're going to go ahead, place your hands firmly on the mat, tuck that right toe, come back to plank, but let's roll to the left and put the right foot on top for a side plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, really lift that hip, and 1, back to plank, lower down, inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Well done, yogis. I'm going to see if I can remember what we just did and do it on the other side. So, left foot to the sky, left foot top of the mat, and we turn the right heel down and straighten that left leg. From here, we melt over the left leg, holding this for 5 breaths. 5, sensing the ah. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now the twist. So again, if you want your block there, put it in place and then reach your left hand up. Right hand pushes into the block, the floor, or your ankle, finding the twisted triangle for 5, for 4, for 3, keep twisting, reaching that chest, 2, and 1, look back down, place both hands down, shifting, bend a little into the left knee, and lift that right foot. You can do it with hands on the earth, hands on the hip, we're in warrior 3, and then you can play with touching and lifting. 3, 2, and 1. Hands back down. Then bring the right foot next to the left and drop your head. From here, remember we hook to both big toes, pulling ourselves a little deeper into this forward fold. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Keep holding on to the left toe. Shift the weight. See if you can lift that left foot. And if so, keep coming up, either with a straight leg or a bent leg. And then kicking that heel out, seeing if you can reach the chin toward the shin. Oh my gosh, this side is pretty wiggly. Celebrating the wiggles, building strength for 5, for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then let's reach the hands up, around hips. Keep that foot out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Honestly, now I'm going, what did we do next? Don't know. Maybe I do know. Yes, I do know. Reach it back. Step back. No. Place it down. Okay, feet together. Back to forward fold. Drop the hips, and we came on to twist it. Forward fold. Or twist it chair. Woo. Find yourself in twisted chair, turning to the right for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Now shifting weight into the right foot, lift the left foot, whoop, and then step it back for twisted high lunge for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now look down. Place the hands, walk this right foot over toward the left wrist, drop the right knee by the right wrist, lower the hips, and find yourself in pigeon. I think we got back to the same place. And then get yourself comfortable-ish, using your blocks or bolsters as you need. And we're gonna hold this for a full minute. And in that minute, I'll remind you that this practice is not about a goal or getting somewhere. It's about the journey. Just like life, it's about this moment on the mat and the next. Not thinking about where we're going. But being present for this. Deep ahs. And then the next 30 seconds we'll have some quiet as you can just notice the habits of your mind. Slowly come on back out, lifting your head, placing your hands back on the mat, stepping back. This time we roll to the right foot, left leg on top, side plank, left hand reaches up, big opening, lift this left hip, lift, 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 holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rotate back forward, and let's lower all the way down, belly to earth. Bring elbows under shoulders, coming into Sphinx, lift the chin. Let's do the one where we bring our feet to the back corners of the mat, activating the feet and the legs and pushing them into the mat, tops of the feet and tops of the leg, as we lift with the crown of the head and the heart. One of these simple poses, they can feel really good. Slowing down the practice a little. Calming down the nervous system. And then as we lower, reach the hands out over the head, bring the forehead to the mat, and then reach the hands out to the front corners of the mat. So we're in an X shape. And then from here, we're going to lift all 4 limbs and the head. And if that's too much, pick 2 of the limbs to lift at a time. Stretching out. That sense of free falling as we jump out of the plane, don't know what's next, looking at the beautiful view, smiling, strengthening our back, and lower down. Stack your palms, rest your head, or maybe put it on the mat. Either way, rock your forehead side to side, loosening the back of the neck. From here, bring your hands back by your ribs, thumbs tucked under, Fingers are spread wide, elbows are up and back. As we tuck our toes and come up into plank, and then another downward dog. Checking in here on downward dog. Your decision here is to do that whole series one more time or to do more again. I think I'm called to do a little bit more again. Practice. But let's come up. Walk our feet forward. We're going to do a little bit more balancing first. Inhale halfway, exhale forward fold, and come all the way up to standing mountain pose. Let's do a little more balancing, and then we'll do a little bit more again. We'll call it good. So, balancing, right? The winds of change, whether it's a hurricane or just a gentle breeze, it's good to practice our stability, our balancing. So, finding yourself in that standing pose, hands on hips. Let's bend the right knee and bring the right heel up to the buttocks. And go ahead and reach back and grab that foot. So this is just a nice stretch as we point the knee down, stretching out the front of the thigh. We're going to do a little bit more. Let's seat it. We're going to start right here. Now, again, you can use a chair or a wall. Let's see if you can bring the left hand over the head. You can keep pulling the outside of the foot or switch to the inside of the foot, planting your thumb on your big toe. Either way. And we're going to push into that. So we're going to tip forward and push the top of the foot into the forefingers. Just seeing where you are today. Remembering you can stay right here or anywhere in between. And then set that foot down. I'm going to do the same thing other side. Rooting into the right foot. Lift the left foot. Bringing the heel toward the buttocks. Let's begin by pointing knee down and kind of gently tugging that foot toward the sits bones as we stretch out the front of the thigh. Long, tall spine. Tuck the tail. Nice stretch. This is enough. Big stretch. But if you want to do full dancer pose, reaching right hand over the head, deciding how you want to hold on to that foot. I like to flip it to the inside, and then pushing the top of the foot into the forefingers, tipping forward like warrior three, finding the focal point, and then setting it down. Well done. Just a little balancing. Let's do one more balancing pose. Big toes touch, heels slightly apart, and come on up on the balls of your feet. Let's bring our hands together as if you're going to dive into a pool. And hold here. So this simple pose of balancing on the balls of our feet. But I say simple, as in uncomplicated simple, however, not really that simple. Often we sway a lot in the breeze. So if you need a break, put your heels down and then do it again. It's a great builder of strength in the feet, in the calves, in the ankles. I'm going to take a break and do it one more time. down, hands down, shake out your hands. Okay, let's step wide angle, boop, boop. Wide angle forward fold. Let's bring those hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers like so, open the heart, and we're gonna forward fold, bending at the hips. Hands can come over the head, crown of the head points to the floor. Oh, feels so good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the hands, bring them to the outside of the feet, lift the heart. 1 more. Grabbing the outside of the feet, or the big toes, or the ankles, or the shin, wherever you can grab there. Lift the heart 1 more time. Walk, put the hands under your face flat on the floor. Walk, click your feet in 1, 2 times, and then come down into a yogic squat. Hands at heart. Lift the crown of the head, hips, tailbone plants into the earth. And then usually I have you sit down from here. I'm going to have you put your hands forward and roll forward, dropping the knees. Because what I want you to do is then bring the knees toward each other, but keep the ankles apart. Let's see, so can you see that? As I'm dropping my hips between my heels. Now, remember I told you we're going to stretch out this front of our thigh some more. If that is too much, I know you have something to plop there. You certainly can put a block there or a bolster. Once you get yourself situated, we're going to either stay right where you are if you're feeling enough of a stretch, but I know for some of you, you're going to want to walk your hands back, maybe to here. Maybe you're going to walk your feet, your hands back even more so that you're resting on your elbows. So maybe you're here. And there's a few of you that can come all the way down and lay down. Flat. I don't quite go flat. Anyway, find where you feel the stretch. It doesn't really matter because the stretch is the same. Do you know what I mean? You know when you're stretching this front here. So it may be higher, it may be lower, it doesn't matter. Just find the stretch. And then find a place where you're going to be able to hold this for a minute. So I'm going to need a little bit of a block there. There. Now I can feel a little relaxation in the stretch with some support. So use your support so you can feel a little, I'm feeling the stretch and I'm feeling like, I have some support. I'm not like, And then we're going to hold this for a minute. Another big yin stretch. Following your breath, feeling it in your belly, in your chest, in those ribs. Let's do 5 more breaths. Long and slow. Three more breaths. toes together, and then we're going to walk forward with our hands and come into child's pose, the counter pose to that big back bending, opening, belly on thighs. Your hands can be elbows flared, or maybe it feels really good sometimes for me to bring my hands back by my heels and place my palms up and just let my shoulders drip open, creating space between the shoulder blades. See what feels the best to you and trust that's perfect. And you may be noticing that when we do the yin poses, maybe your mind gets busier. Maybe you fight against relaxation. Maybe it's the opposite. And you're like, oh my gosh, yay. Just again, noticing the habits of your mind. Some of us are addicted to the busy, 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 go, go, go. You know, I am there at times. See if you can really let go. This is important. Our body needs both. 5 more breaths here. One more, and then we're going to come up to kneeling. Tuck your toes. Bring our hands to our hips. And you can do a couple different variations, putting the hands in the pocket, elbows pull back, and open the heart. Pushing our palms into the hips to open the heart. We spend a lot of time curled forward. Let's see if we can open that heart. Now, some of you might be able to reach for your heels, opening more, but keep pushing those hips forward and look at the sky. And then come on back up. Lower the hips. Lift your ankles and then cross the ankles and sit back. We're going to do another yin pose. I'm going to actually demonstrate with a bolster. I have a bolster, but I rarely demonstrate with it. Go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together for this pose. Rock your hips. Let your knees open. And then if you have a bolster, maybe a bolster and a block, and you put the block, maybe you can see that, our block's under the bolster. So it depends on how much support you need, because we're going to hug our bolster and drop our chin over it. So that's what 2 blocks looks like. 1 block, no blocks. And you decide, but I want you to have that bolster, even if you can go flat, so that we have the combination of the support. Learning to accept support. Hugging your bolster, dropping your head into the bolster. And find that nice contrast between the support and the opening. And we'll hold this pose for a minute. If you don't have a bolster, obviously you can use a pillow. A combination of pillows. breath here. Breathing into those hips. We did pigeon and now this cobbler pose, big hip openers. Releasing all the tension and emotion. And when you're ready, come on back up and remove the bolster. Setting it aside. Bring your knees back up. Let's give ourselves a hug here. You know I love that one. Drop your nose to your knees. Give yourself a hug. And then we're going to roll on back. To do some rocking to massage that whole spine. Maybe even have your feet come over your head. Rock. Tip of the tail to the back of the head. And then when you're ready, all the way flat on your back, but with the knees bent. And let's rock side to side. Since we went up in rocking horse style, now we're going side to side. Plant the feet, reach the hands over the head, lift the hips. We're going to do this as a static hold. You can interlace your fingers again, or your thumbs, I mean. Keep reaching those hips and belly button up. This is another great time if you want to use support. You can tuck that right under there. Play with the different sides of the block. We did a lot of back bending, a lot of opening. And you might also just notice the difference, like how much muscles we need to use when we don't have the support. So definitely toning the muscles of the back and buttocks, versus when we have some support where we can relax more and it's more of an opening, more of a back bending. And when you've had enough, slowly roll the spine down and bring the hands back to either side of us. Let's reach both legs out. And then we're going to reach this right leg up and grab the big toe. So we did the standing. We're going to do it again with the support of the earth behind us. So stretch out through that left heel as if you're making a footprint on the wall. And then holding onto that big toe, you can just slightly tug it toward your nose. Of course, you have that knee bent. I keep my left hand on my left hip just to keep it down. And then let's go ahead and drop it to the right. Again, you can have a block over there to support it and look to the left. With the earth supporting us. So we do this often standing on one leg. Much more challenging. But just this way we again can relax into the stretch. Not so much worrying about balancing on one leg. And then bring it back up. Or give it a little tug and release it. And switch sides. Left foot comes up. Grab that left big toe. I need to move because I hit the wall. Start with right hand on right hip and the pulling it. If you want more, you can reach your head up to try to kiss your knee. Again, stretching out through that right foot. Activate the right leg. One more tug and then drop it to the left. Again, using support if that feels right. Eyes can gaze to the right. Bring it back up. One more tug and set it down. We're going to end, as we often do, Bring the knees up. We're going to do a simple twist. Drop the knees to the right, eyes to the left. Actually, I'm going to do the kind of back and forth. So I'm going right and left, knees to the right, and look to the left, knees to the left, and I look to the right. If it feels better to your body today to hold one side and then the other, that's fine. Oh no, I just decided. It feels good to me to activate those side muscles. And kind of this tick-tock way. Knees to the chest, wrap your arms around them. Give yourself a hug. Kiss those knees. Squeeze tight. Big, big love for this body. And then we're going to stretch out to Shavasana. Arms and legs can come off the mat. Sensing that deep relaxation. Noticing the parts of the body touching the mat. The weight of the head, the back of the head, the shoulders. Relax those muscles of the face, the forehead. Relax the jaw. Maybe give it a wiggle. Relax your arms, your hands, the palms, the fingers. Notice any sensation in the palms. Relax the whole of the spine, the muscles on the side, all the way down to those hips. Noticing what parts touch the earth. And with every exhale, seeing if a little bit more can touch the earth. Relax the legs, the thighs, the calves. Notice your heels. Relaxing the feet and the toes. I'll mind the time as you come into complete relaxation. From this place of deep relaxation, bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly as we begin to bring awareness to that breath. You're welcome to stay here in this Shavasana, in this deep relaxation for 10, 15 minutes. Super therapeutic. Or you can come out now. Finding the stretch as you reach those hands over the head, giving your spine a little wiggle. Roll to your right side, resting here. Head on your upper arms, knees pulled toward your chest in a modified fetal position, childlike position, as we rest here in gratitude. Even when things are hard and difficult, there's always things we can find to be grateful for. Running water, electricity, and plumbing, things we take for granted. Beauty, beauty everywhere. new relationships, deep love, long relationships, so many things, our pets. Taking the time to be grateful every day, and then pushing yourself up into a seated position. This time, bring those hands to the heart, rest those thumbs lightly on the chest, and we're going to end with those 3 breaths together. We inhale through the nose, and this time to make some noise on the exhale. It can be an ooh, an ah, or an om. 2 more times in community. One more time. That spirit, that light in me honors that in every single one of you. I appreciate you showing up for your practice and spreading more love and kindness in this world. It desperately needs us. Namaste. Good to see you all. I see some of you over there on Facebook world. Thanks for showing up. Good to see you.